mighty big lead, playing very aggressively. It's another ball.
Got an all-star catcher. 6 seconds. And he got, I don't get it. At least
2-0 the count. Haven't seen any attempt from the catcher to pick somebody off unless Union just doesn't have too much confidence. Two won the count. And that's a high ball. 3-1 the count. Cotter still looking to come home. Like his mom when the street lights went out. It's time to come home, Cotter. Ball inside. Coella now takes first base, which now loads the bases heavy. Looks like the catcher wants to have a conversation with Lawson.
Still with 2 down. Brings up the all-star catcher. Number 10, Phoenix Shapiro.
Now batting number 10, Phoenix Shapiro. He's actually the starting catcher for this Beaufort County kid, for the Beaufort County teams. His favorite movie, Pirates of the Caribbean. Does not have a favorite baseball team, but does have a favorite sports idol, Ronald Acuna Jr. So must watch a lot of the Braves games, but isn't committing to the fact that he's a Braves fan yet. Phoenix Shapiro is a kid that I've watched grow up through the rec for quite a number of years. He's been a very successful athlete in our programs and looks like he's continuing his growth as an athlete as each season goes on.
That's a great win, sir. Hey, thanks, man. About every single.
He also plays basketball. And he either wants to be an MLB catcher or a professional baseball coach. In his free time, he likes to go biking. And one of his favorite songs is Eye of the Tiger, which is very popular in the Rocky movies. And one of the best montage workout songs you could ever listen to. Cotter's got a small fire out there on third base. He's been camped out there for a very long time. Every Beaufort County player has taken a massive lead from their base, and they trot right back. Carson Colmer, at one point, is past the shortstop on the way to third base. A bold move with the bases being loaded and not many balls being put into play.
See you tomorrow. Have a good evening.
There's another ball. And Lawson walks in Cotter as Cotter finally gets to put out his fire, take down his tent, and come on home. Carson Colmer now stuck on third base. Base is still loaded as number 8 is up to bat for Beaufort County. Brody Malice. Males. My apologies, males. Favorite movie? Whiplash. Brody is starting out in right field for Beaufort County. Looks like they're going to leave Lawson on the mound, but this is the second time somebody on his team has come up and talked to him, and the first time his coach has walked all the way out there.
The all-star right fielder, number 8, Brody Males.
Brody Males, when he grows up, wants to be a biomedical engineer. He's trying to show people that he's not just an athlete, he's got a brain on him too, especially when you want to be that type of profession as you get older.
Wow.
Looks like we're getting another courtesy runner here.
Runner at first base, number 9, Wyatt Lather.
Wyatt Lather Wire Lather comes in at first base as another courtesy runner. Base is still loaded. There's a strike right down there. 1-1 the count. 2 outs. Bases loaded. Brody's favorite food is a beet ragu. Two won the count. In his free time, Brody enjoys working out. When he's not playing baseball, he's playing football and basketball.
What these kids don't understand is that it's not working. You have to make adjustments. Whatever changes, you have to do something because what you're doing is not working.
With such big leads being taken by the base runners, I'm very shocked. There we go. So that run does not count. That was the third straight out. And we are now going into the bottom
2 left on 1/2
of the second, bottom of the first inning.
County All-Stars. Coming up. The mound. Starting pitcher, number 13, Tucker Nelson.
On the mound for Beaufort County, we have number 13, Tucker Nelson. He's going to have his first couple pitches of today's game as he warms up. He is going to see the first batter for Union County, which is Parker Cromer, number 4, their starting shortstop. The first inning was a pretty low-scoring inning, and Beaufort County was not able to capitalize on the many guys in scoring position. J.P. Lawson was able to battle back a couple times by putting himself in tough predicaments. After a couple tough walks, a couple of good hit balls.
Bystander shooting. It was 8. Yeah. I remember that. He played ball here. Really? Yeah, his grandmother lived on Marshall Road.
Union County shortstop number 4 looking to start them off hot by getting the ball put in some good position, at least get on base.
County All-Stars, the shortstop, number 4, Parker Cromer.
People new to baseball, your leadoff batter is a guy that consistently gets on base and makes good contact with the ball. As that first one, his bat connects with the ball, but it goes foul right by the on-base circle. 0-1 the count.
Off.
1-1 the count as that ball is low. One, two the count. Ball's tipped right to the pitcher. Nice, easy out. Parker Cromer. Nice little grounder. In addition to playing shortstop, he is considered an infield utility player. Must have a good glove on him. Now up to bat, number 12, Tony Good. Tony Good is the center fielder. He also pitches. His favorite food is steak. Nice foul tip. So far, Union has been able to make contact on their first two batters at their first pitches each. Haven't been able to be successful with it. Here comes a pitch. Another foul ball. That one's going deep into field number 2. Tony Good's favorite movie? The Boogeyman. Must be a fan of horror movies. Another foul tip. 3 straight foul tips by Tony Good. It's not that bad. 0-2 the count. 3 straight fouls. That right there is a ball, putting him at a 1-3 count. Tony Good's favorite team, the Red Sox, and one of his favorite sports idol is Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis, one of the most passionate athletes you will ever see. Looks like somebody that would live and die for the game. And somebody like that on a field can obviously derive inspiration from young athletes themselves. So he ducks that one. That puts us at a 2-2 count. Here comes the pitch. And that's a fair ball. And that's going to be a double. The left field is trying to get it in. He slides into second safely. Good hit right there by Tony Good. Now batting, number 7, Drew Loftus.
Played the all-star catcher, number 7. Drew.
Starting at catcher today, his favorite food is cheeseburgers. And as you can imagine, his favorite baseball team is the Atlanta Braves, with his favorite sports idol being Robert Acuna Jr. Here comes a pitch. That's a great strike right there. Tucker Nelson doing a pretty good job at the mound. 2 outs, 1 strike. Now 2 strikes, 1 man on base. Ooh, finding the gap. Union's been working the gap right in between first and second base, about 3 feet off where the first baseman stands. And it has led to a man on third, man on first. Now batting, number 1,
Colin Kennedy.
Colin Kennedy, starting at first base today for Union County. His favorite food is also cheeseburgers. He's got a man in scoring position from Tony Good. Let's see if he can get this game a little bit closer and put Union County's first points on the board here. Tucker Nelson with the windup, short throw. Here comes the cutoff. Oh, faked him out. We got a rundown here. Look at this play right here. And that is great execution by Beaufort County, and even better eye movement and deception by the catcher. Faked like he was going to pick off the guy going to second, allowing Tony Good to leave even farther away from third base, and then caught him in a rundown and playing the old school game of pickle. Taking that man out of scoring position, that was a great play by Beaufort County's catcher to see that. An even better play and recognition by the shortstop and third baseman. And once again, working that gap. And what a dive and play right there by the second baseman. Wow. Two great back-to-back plays right there by Beaufort County to get themselves out of a tough predicament with two guys in scoring position.
No error.
That was a great series of play defensively for Beaufort County. Very impressive, and that's been probably the cleanest ending of ball that I've seen in a while after being caught in a tough predicament. Let's take a brief break and meet back at the top of the second inning. And welcome back to the top of the second inning where Union County is taking on Beaufort County in the Dixie Boys State Tournament bracket. John Lawson still on the mound. Had a pretty good outing in the first inning. Sure, he wants to clean it up just a little bit, but only allowed 2 runs. Leadoff batter for Beaufort County is going to be number 1, Eli Morgan, the starting left fielder for Beaufort County. For those of you just joining us, Beaufort County found themselves in a tough predicament in the bottom of the first inning with 2 guys in scoring position. They worked themselves out of it by a great play by the catcher, Phoenix Shapiro. Great play with some eye deception, getting the guy on third base to come off of third base, and then working him down in a good old-fashioned rundown. And then later, a phenomenal play by number 5, Jackson Riley at second base. Eli Morgan up to bat right now. Here comes the windup from John Lawson. Ball, low strike. Eli Morgan's favorite food, waffles. And one of his favorite movies to watch while he's eating some waffles, Dark Knight. He lays down a bunt, and that's a good bunt right there. Look back at the ball. Oh, safe. Looks like the first baseman thought he had the ball, created contact, but didn't have the ball, knocking down Eli Morgan, but did not seem to care about his body and scrape that run in there, or escape that base run in there. Now batting back at the top of the lineup, Jackson Riley. Last time out, Jackson Riley really showed his speed and how much power and boost he had once those feet got moving. Jackson Riley, big Boston sports fan. Boston Red Sox, Jason Tatum. It'd be a shame if he's a Patriots fan, but at least he would be consistent. It's like we're having some type of conversation here with the coaches. I'm not sure if there was some discrepancy on what happened on the play. But Jackson Riley, as most leadoff batters do, just trying to get on base. John Lawson looking back at the first base, trying to pick him off. to no success. Carson Wilson on first base, looking to get a little bit more action. Eli Morgan kind of calls back. Far ball outside. 1-0 the count.
Quit arguing with the officials.
Eli Morgan with about a 3-foot lead on first base. Scurries back as Lawson looks him off. That's a skip ball inside, hits the batter. And Jackson Riley has now entered into base running where he is most dangerous.
Nobody out.
Now batting the shortstop, number 11, Logan Cotter. Logan Cotter, favorite song is Neon Trees. He also plays basketball, and in his free time likes to go mountain biking. His favorite sports idol is John Morant, which has been a very controversial sports icon for the last couple of months as he stares down a strike trying to show a bunt. John Morant hasn't been the best role model for young kids, so hopefully John Morant himself can straighten his life out. Nice bunt laid down there by Cotter, and he's going to get there safely. And they're kind of picking on the mobility right now of Lawson. Not that Lawson's not able to get there, but these are some very good placed bunts.
That's the all-star. Center fielder, number 12, Ian Steiner.
Ian Steiner now up to bat with the bases loaded. Let's see if Beaufort County can capitalize a little bit more than they did last inning. Ian Steiner, favorite baseball team? The Brewers. As he hits that ball deep. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is a grand slam. Somebody cue the home run music because that thing is beautiful and out of here. That takes the score now from 2-0 to 6-0 as he lays it on up in a celebration as he tags home. What a play right there. That was a beautifully clean hit ball. And once it left his bat, we knew it was gone.
Number 7, Anthony Seminora.
And that's going to be a tough act to follow, but let's see how Anthony Seminara heads out there. Number 7, been the starting first baseman. Favorite movie? Top Gun. I'm assuming with a kid his age, his favorite movie is the new Top Gun that has just recently came out, Top Gun Maverick. But for those of you who are a little bit grayer in the hair, remember the original one. Both movies were phenomenal. Didn't really believe all the hype around Miles Teller, but, you know, don't know too much about that one. Looks like we're having some type of conference at the mound, probably discussing what's going on with pitching. I'm assuming that they're going to put a new... So it appears they're not. They're going to stick with John Lawson. They have a lot of faith in him, a lot of confidence, which is something you'd like to see sometimes with these young athletes. They're young, they're inexperienced, as good as they are at times. Sometimes it's okay to let them to go through some rough trials to make them better players in the long run. I think that might be a smart decision as far as character building for the Union coach to leave Lawson out there. He seems to have been keeping his head up high, and I think that he can battle back. This is not a large deficit. This is a pretty reasonable deficit here in the Dixie Boys State Tournament. Here comes the pitch. That's a tight ball, but good pitch. Another ball, 2-0 the count. When Anthony Seminar is driving in the car on the way to school or in the game, or to the game, his favorite musician to listen to, Morgan Wallen. 3-0 the count. John Lawson winds up. Lefty on the mound. 4-0 the count as he walks Anthony Seminara. So now you just got to wonder, is Lawson going to be able to rebound back from some of the tough play that he's seen? I think he can. A lot of these young men are very resilient and they're good players. It looks like we're getting a courtesy runner. Number 8. Should be Brody. Looks like it's going to be number 9. I apologize. Number 9, Wyatt Lather. His favorite movie? Major League. John Lawson looks to be stepping off the mound right now, and you got to give that young man a round of applause. He still did pitch very good, and even though he faced a little adversity, he kept his head up. Threw 48 pitches in 2 innings. A lot of pitches for a young man. So we wait to try to confirm the new pitcher on the mound.
So he goes first base, and the first baseman came out.
Looks like we're just flip-flopping the first baseman with the pitcher, John Lawson. So it looks like we will have Karin Wilson, that is not Karin Wilson. Hold on one second as we try to figure out. Normally these coaches call up and let us know their positional changes. We have not received one yet.
Did you see his 10?
So we're getting word that it's possibly number 10 on the mound. Luke Koepka. Luke Koepka now on the mound. Yeah, number 10. Luke Koepka now on the mound for Union County. Still a courtesy runner, Wyatt Lather on first base.
Koepka.
As everybody kind of gets back in position, Beaufort County's first base coach skates back out to first base. Still have a runner on first base after that grand slam.
'79 went to first.
Yeah, so they just straight up switched. So they were 10 to 34.
Now looks like up to bat, number 13, the pitcher, Tucker Nelson. As he shows a bump, pulls it back just in time. 1-0 the count. No outs. And looks like Koepka is going to try to battle his team's way back into this game. Ball. 1 ball, no strikes on the board right now. And that ball's hit fair right past the third baseman on the line. And that's going to go down as a single. Now batting number 6, Chase Coella. Chase Coella and his family, both his cousins and his brothers, are very intertwined in the Beaufort County athletics. Basketball, baseball, all very good athletes, and both their dads, who are brothers, always coach for us. Very good family to come from of athletes.
Number 6, Chase Coella.
Chase is starting at first base today, and his favorite baseball team, the Rangers. Looks like Koepka's got a little bit more wheels than Lawson did, so that might have been one of the main reasons they pulled him, besides the fact Lawson was a little bit high in his pitch count early on. Koepka seems to be a little bit more spry in the feet. Now batting number 10, Phoenix Shapiro, who had exceptional play at catcher in the first inning. Let's see what he's able to do right now. And that's a clean hit ball to the, there's a double play right there. Beaufort County caught themselves in a weird position, and that's kind of what you call just a runner's error. He took way too big of a lead. Ball wasn't hit high enough. Shortstop caught it, turned through to the second base, and caught the guy who didn't tag up.
Beaufort County on top over Union 6-0.
The coaches for Beaufort County are Danny Morgan. His occupation is a home builder. Favorite food is steak. Favorite movie, Gladiator. Favorite baseball team, the Atlanta Braves. Favorite sports idol, Chipper Jones. Sports that he played growing up, baseball, golf, and basketball. And he likes coaching and golfing. He's assisted by Jim Males, Jim Siatowski, and Jason Cotter. Now, those gentlemen actually didn't fill out my little information sheet, but a few of them I'm very familiar with. They're all good players and very good to have be a part of Beaufort County athletics. For Union County, Mike Ivey is their head coach. He is a business owner. His favorite food is QT hot dogs. Favorite movie, Roadhouse. One of the original Patrick Swayze movies. Pure classic. Favorite pro baseball team, you guessed it, the Atlanta Braves. Favorite sports idol, Bill Elliott. Doesn't have a favorite song. I guess he didn't play many sports growing up, but one of his hobbies is basketball, coaching, and he enjoys going to concerts. Leadoff batter for Union County, number 2, Cam Fincher, their starting second baseman. Last time out there, we saw Beaufort County get themselves in a pickle early on in the inning, but then between great plays by number 10, Ben Shapiro, and their third baseman, Chase Coella, they were able to get out of it. 1-0 the count. That's another ball outside. 2-0 the count. And that one straight down the plate for a strike. Cameron Fincher, favorite food, mac and cheese. And his favorite movie is Friday. As he gets hit with the ball, he's now going to take first base. Got plucked pretty good. As he kind of takes his time. He looks pretty banged up. I think that hurt him pretty good. Now remember, these are some older boys. These balls are not coming in nice and easy.
Number 6, Noah Tucker.
Now up to bat, their outfielder, number 6, Noah Tucker. Noah's favorite movie is all scary movies, and one of his favorite sports idols is Tyreek Hill. When he grows up, he just wants to play college football. And other sports that he does participate in is football and wrestling. But he seems to be a big fan of football. That's a deep foul ball. Look out, kids. And that is officially on first base on field number 2. That was a heck of a hit. It's a very long stare down by the pitcher. Oh, one of the best pickoff attempts I've seen in today's games, but still was able to remain safe. Strike. 0-2 the count. One old school baseball strategy that I've heard is if a pitcher ever accidentally or hits a batter with the ball, that they will immediately come back to that runner if they're leading off the bag, because generally they're distracted by the pain that they were just hit with the ball. It's a very old school style of method. I haven't seen anybody really implement that in a long time. Getting head nods from Alex over here. He agrees. He's an LSU fan, so he's very intermediate level on baseball. And that right there, folks, is a K. Now batting, the former pitcher to start the game, and now the first baseman, John Lawson. John Lawson started the game off at pitcher and moved to first base after throwing 48 pitches by the second inning. A lot of movement out there by the shortstop. I think John kind of let his eyes drift off that ball to take a look what the shortstop was doing. And led to an 0-1 count. John Lawson's favorite sports idol, J.J. Watt. Favorite sports movie, Remember the Titans. And what he wants to be when he grows up is play in the NFL. A lot of the Union kids seem to have a first love of football. But to say that their first love is football and now they're out here on an all-star team, a successful all-star team playing baseball, they're pretty good athletes in that area. Nelson takes a long time before he pitches that ball. Almost like he's doing a staring contest before the windup even begins. Turn, attempt to pick off the man at second. And long stare down.
Not gonna be
1-2 the count, one out. Man on second. And there's a stolen base right there by an errant throw. 2-2 the count. Advancing Cameron Fincher to third base. Second K right there by Nelson.
Coming to the plate, the all-star right fielder, third Duckett.
Now up to bat, one of the more memorable and distinct names in this tournament, Third Duckett. He is a tall kid. And that was a fast pitch on the inside. When Third grows up, he wants to be a professional baseball player. He also enjoys playing basketball. I'm being told that he might have some wheels on him by some of the other people up here in the press box that previously watched Union County play. While my Beaufort County's doing a meeting, I'm going to finish up introducing some of the coaches for Union County. Roger Bobo is another coach. He is a liquidation store owner. He loves steak, and his favorite movie is Tombstone. Favorite team, the Atlanta Braves. Favorite sports icon, Michael Jordan. Favorite band, Chris Stapleton. And sports growing up, baseball and football. Oh, man. Got him. Another great tough play by Ben Shapiro. I said Ben Shapiro. Phoenix Shapiro. I was looking at another kid's name. My apologies.
County on top, 5-6. Go, top 3.
As we move on into the third inning, let's take a brief intermission. And we're back in the top of the third inning where Beaufort County is leading Union County 6-0. Leadoff batter for Beaufort County this inning, number 8, Brody Mails. He is the star.
Right fielder, number 8, Brody Nail.
Here comes the pitch, and that is a beautiful ball thrown right down the center for a strike. Foul ball. Oh, 2 the count. What a play by the shortstop. Parker Cromer with a diving catch for Union County.
Left fielder, number 1.
Now batting number 1, Eli Morgan. Last time Eli Morgan got up to bat, he hit a ball down the third baseline, just caught by the third baseman and ran dead into. And there is a playable ball by the second baseman. Out. Great catch right there and focused by John Lawson, even though he was falling to hang on to that ball.
2 down, brings up second baseman. Top of the order, number 5, Jackson Riley.
Now batting, the leadoff batter for Beaufort County, number 5, Jackson Riley. The speedster leadoff that has been successful almost every time he's got on the bases. 1-0 the count, 2 outs. One the count. Phoenix Jackson Riley has done a spectacular job on base running, but he's got to get there first. And facing a 1-2 count, he's got to be able to just put the ball in play to beat it out. 2-2 the count now. Whoa, good throw. Outs just slightly on the outer edges of the strike zone for 3 up, 3 down for Union County, and that's a good way to get back into the game.
Top the third, 1-2. No hits, no errors, nobody. Not done. 2.5 in the books. County on top. 5. Union County All-Stars coming up bottom 3.
13 total.
Yep, he has a total of 13 pitches, finished off the end of the second with 1 out, and now just went 3 up, 3 down, so he seems to be in his zone. Nelson remains on the mound for Beaufort County as he will see the first batter for Union County, their first baseman, number 34, Karen Wilson. This is still a very winnable game and tight game at this age group, and just takes a little bit of a rally to get Union going. It's like there seems to be some type of discussion with the home behind home plate with the Union catcher or Union coach. But as we've mentioned, it hasn't just been the pitching of Nelson. It's been the great play of Phoenix Shapiro at catcher and the third baseman Chase Coella that's been able to hold off Union from scoring. They have picked off 2 people and caught 2 people down in a rundown from third base coming home. So my mistake, I may have misspoken. It appears that number 5 is going to be the leadoff batter for Union County.
Pick up the Union.
That's right. It is third Duckett.
Third Duckett.
Third Duckett is what I like to call on his second live. He went to the top, went for a couple counts in the line, but one of his base runners was picked off, so therefore he comes right back up to bat at the bottom of the third inning.
They're trying to figure out this one that I cannot hit. Wow. They're trying to have him hit PH. Or you're sure they cannot have him hit.
It's like there still seems to be some type of discussion. We will be right back as Union County's coach continues to talk to Blue. It appears that the conversation between the umpire and Union County's coach has subsided, and we're going to continue back with the ball game with number 5, third Duckett, up to bat right now. Here's the first pitch, and that's a strike. Third Duckett kind of watched that ball come straight down the lane and didn't even seem to flinch at it. 0-2 the count. Now, I've heard Third Duckett has quite a set of wheels on him, but needs to get on base to be able to use these wheels. And that's 3 up, 3 down, 3 pitches, 3 strikes. I just continuously get laughed at by 2 collegiate baseball players to the left of me for not using proper terminology, but you know what? I'm having fun. Luke Koepka up at the plate now. Luke Koepka came in as the pitcher just an inning ago. And he, I believe, was one of the topic of conversations when it came to the coach and the umpire having such a long discussion as he goes 0-3. Watched 2 of them, and I believe he foul tipped one by not ducking his bat, if I'm correct. He didn't duck his back. Now up to bat. Number 4, Parker Cromer, was the shortstop that made the diving catch just an inning ago for Beaufort County as he kind of backs up, didn't stay in the box, didn't take the hit, saving his body for another day as that's 1-0 the count. We have been impressed with one of the better announcers we have in the stadium standing behind me, Shane Steger. Been a phenomenal county employee for about a year and a half now. And that's 1-1 the count. One, 2 the count as Cromer catches himself regretting that big old whiff of a swing that he just put on. Foul tip staying alive. If I were to make an assumption for Union County, it kind of just seems like the air has been let out of them. I'm not seeing too much pep and excitement out of the team as they get up to bat, and it kind of isn't exactly what's happening in the game. They're playing a good game. They allowed one poor inning, and then one of it was a grand. 4 of those runs were a grand slam. So I really don't think they should be down on themselves, and they can very much battle back into this game, especially being in the winter bracket. They have the firepower to do so. They just have to kind of tighten up on some of their decisions, and they're right back in this game. So hopefully we can see some pickup in enthusiasm here from this team and get a tighter game as 1-2 is the count, and now 2-2. 2 outs, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and deuces are wild. And there is a ball hit right to the first baseman. He bobbles it and out. As he bobbled the ball, flipped it to the pitcher, and that seemed like a very bang-bang play, but the umpire made the call, called him out at first base. As we now move into the top of the 4th inning, Beaufort County will be up to bat. Score right now is 6-0, Beaufort County. As we take a brief break, we'll be back at the top of the 4th inning. Welcome back. At the top of the fourth inning, Beaufort County's lead-off batter is their shortstop, number 11, Logan Cotter. Logan Cotter is also an avid basketball player for the rec league. Has had quite a bit of success both at basketball and baseball. Oh, won the count. I believe he got a piece of that ball. He did. 0-2 the count. And there's a ball hit straight back up on the mound. That was kind of a miniature golf style setup there. And he's cruising. He's not even slowing down. Look at the stride on him. And he slides safe to third as that ball kind of trickles in behind him. That looked like a fun house mini golf course there with the ball shooting straight up in the air. And now up to bat, number 12, Ian Steiner. Ian Steiner was the one that hit the grand slam earlier today.
Center fielder, Ian Steiner. The ball hit the rubber, part of the field.
Oh, wow. What a catch by the third baseman. And what a play by the first baseman. Run counts. Cotter comes in for the score, moving the score up 7-0, but still pretty impressive play by the third baseman for Union County. Union County is not going down without a fight and have made some pretty SportsCenter top 10 kind of plays out there. Now batting number 9, Wyatt Lather. Wyatt's favorite sports idol, the Jacksonville Jaguars starting quarterback Trevor Lawrence, old sunshine himself. Other sports that he plays, pickleball. I know a man here named Bob Rozak that would love to play a game versus old Wyatt Lather. 1-1 the count. So I'm just being told, in testament to Wyatt Lather's toughness, is he had an appendectomy. Which is just a word that I like to make up sometimes because he's doing a great job and has a real appetite for the game. Three-two the count. And that ball's hit once again straight up the middle. And that's just going to be a single. Now batting the pitcher, number 13, Tucker Nelson. Tucker's favorite artist is Ice Spice. I'm not exactly sure who that is, but as he watches a strike come in. One the count. One-two the count. That ball hit right off of him. I think it hit him right in the left shin, maybe, or possibly the foot. And that's not something you want to see. That has been the pitcher on the mound for Beaufort County. To take something in the bottom half of his body, some type of injury, could really affect his pitching. Takes a deep breath, steps back in the box. Hopefully he can collect his composure. And that's a high hit ball. Not going very far. The shortstop's trying to find it. Good catch. And that is now 2 outs with number 6 up at the plate, Chase Coella. Chase Coella's had a couple of really good plays in the field. Hasn't been as successful at the plate today, but has definitely made up for it at his fielding with some of his intelligence and some of his situational awareness. And that's a ball right there as Lather steals second. That was a close one. He probably should have slid into second on that one, but came in still on his horse, as they say. He can't risk his pickleball hand, is what I'm being told. And that's a strike. Like it hit the bottom right of the strike zone. The Glidden corner. He's painting the corner. I'm being told by a very experienced Georgia Southern athletic announcer. 2-2 the count with 2 outs. Chase Coella trying to get on base and or at least drive home Wyatt Lather. If he can put this ball right in the gap, and there's another one into the fence as the catcher took off something and almost took the ball on a bounce back to the face. And that's a well-hit ball, but it looks like it's going to be caught by the center fielder. And Union County gets out of this inning, only allowing 1 run. As we head into the bottom of the 4th inning, we're going to take a brief break right here as Union County will come out and try to decrease this lead held by Beaufort County.
Behind the plate, catcher number 15, Carson Colmer.
Carson Colmer has now entered the game at catcher for Beaufort County. But number 13, Nelson, remains on the mound for Beaufort County as he has pitched a pretty good game thus far.
Getting off for Union County. Center fielder, number 12, Tony Good.
Tony Good last time up was very successful making contact with the ball, got himself all the way to third base, and he was the one that got out first in a rundown.
Get nicknames. Dixie.
And here we go, game on. Tucker Nelson now approaches the mound and he's ready to pitch. Ty Good ready to get himself back on base, create good contact with his bat, and hopefully rally Union County back into this game. I just feel like they're missing the energy, and just one play will do well for them. Hopefully push them into at least a competitive game here. 0-1 the count. 0-2 the count. And that's a ball hit right back to the pitcher. Keeps his calm. Pretty routine play to first base. Ty Good grounds out to first. Now batting, number 7. Drew Loftus. Drew Loftus has played catcher for Union County the whole game thus far. His favorite team is the Atlanta Braves. His favorite player, Acuna Jr. Favorite song or band is Off the Court. When he grows up, he wants to be an MLB player. Drew apparently doesn't play any other sports besides baseball, but he is an avid fisherman, which appears that there is a warning on the head coach for Union County. Foul ball. Excuse me. Drew Loftus trying to rally his team back here. Fourth inning would be a good time to start this chipping away as that ball's hit deep into foul territory. Rolls and almost hits a fan. Here comes the pitch. There's a strike and a K. So there's been a lot of question of why a strikeout is called a K. And the origins behind that are actually because the letter K is the most dominant letter in the word strike. It also takes 3 slashes to make the letter K. Thus, why 3 outs and the word strike is marked down as a K.
It's also because the official score goes to Crystal Ball.
1-1 the count with number 1, Colin Kennedy at the plate right now. 2 outs, bottom of the 4th. That ball is another one, almost hit identical to the same spot. Takes a little trampoline hop off of some nice shade coverage. One-two count. 2 outs. And Tucker Nelson looking to go 3 up, 3 down. That's a ball outside. 2-2-2 is what's on the board, which means 2s are wild. 2 balls, 2 outs, 2 strikes. That ball's hit right in a nice little gap there. That's going to be a good double Good turn right here, but that was a good throw. And got him. Wow, great play by the center fielder for Beaufort County. Great play by the center fielder right there for Beaufort County. As we now travel into the top of the fifth with our score 7-0. These games are scheduled to go 7 innings pending any mercy rules, but I can imagine that this game will probably all 7 innings. This has been a streaky game for scoring. Beaufort has only scored in 3 of the last 4 innings, one of which was a grand slam by number 12. We'll take a brief break as we let... Looks like we have a pitching change for Union County. Looks like number 3 for Union County is stepped on the mound. DJ Gregory has now taken the mound for Union County. He started off the game as a substitution and now has found himself in a game trying to battle his way back to secure a victory for Union County to continue their undefeated.
Inside game. If you have to have that expert knowledge inside.
DJ Gregory is a huge Yankees fan. And his favorite sports idol, Michael Jordan. Favorite movie, Roadhouse. And when he grows up, he wants to be an insurance agent, going for the big bucks. The other sports he plays is basketball. He likes to work out in his free time. Pretty well-rounded young man. Seems to have his life pretty well together for being such a young kid. Wants to be an insurance agent when he gets older. Leadoff batter for Beaufort County at the top of the 5th inning, number 15, Carson Colmer. His favorite food is a snack food, one of the more popular snack foods of the United States, goldfish. And one of his favorite movies, Forrest Gump, another American classic movie. As Colmer steps to the plate, he's going to be going up against DJ Gregory and his first several pitches. And that's a ball.
Played Ulster. Carson Colmer. Next time you watch a Braves game, watch it. People behind home plate that are in the $800.
2-0 the count.
They just don't watch. They don't. It's a social event.
3-0 the count. And DJ Gregory's walked himself in a tough position in the count. And he's going to have to try to battle his way back. And he walks Carson Colmer. As that now brings up to the plate number 8, Brody Males.
Adjusting All-Star right fielder number 8, Brody Males.
Brody plays football and basketball in the offseason of baseball. Now let's see, this is a good throw right here. Did not get him. As Carson Colmer slides into second safe. The attempted pickoff from the catcher did not work. 0-1 the count. As Brody Males attempts to get on base. And that is a high pop fly.
Got a better go up here. Good try.
Nice hustle attempt by the first baseman for Union County.
Dawkins.
Chase Dawkins.
Jay Dawkins.
Jay Dawkins.
JV.
Ooh, hits him dead center of the bat. Now up to bat, number 14, Colin Sanchez. Colin's favorite food, honey buns.
Stepping up to the plate, the All-Star, number 14, Colin Sanchez.
And his favorite sports idol, old Big Poppy himself, Ortiz. Oh, and an errant throw right there by Gregory. And Carson Colmer just already was on the ground looking at second base with his face as he slid back. Beaufort County has done a very good job today and looked like a very clean, polished team out there, especially in the field. Looks like we have an injury to the catcher for Union County. I don't know if it's his, it appears to be his wrist.
Baseball fans, your attention, please. Last call for the concession stand. Don't go home hungry. Thank you.
Colin Sanchez comes back up to the plate. Favorite sports to play other than baseball, basketball, and soccer. When he grows up, he wants to be an engineer or a pro baseball player. There you go. There's a strike. 1-1 the count. No outs. Man on third and second. And there's a ball hit straight to the shortstop. 1 run in. Good stop by the shortstop as he throws it down to the first baseman for the first out of the inning. 1 run was scored, brings the score up 8-0. Now up to bat the leadoff batter, number 5, Jackson Riley. Well, let's not forget Jackson Riley has got a set of wheels on him once he gets on the plate, once he gets on the bases, if he can make it on the bases. That's a strike outside.
One of our baseball alumni, they donate everything. They built an entire deck platform, charcoal.
Oh! Bounces back. Looked like he was going to get hit by that pitch. I think he was even startled that he wasn't hit.
$50 to get out.
2-1 the count. 1 out. Man on third for Beaufort County. DJ Gregory trying to work his way back in this pitch count, and he seems to do. Evens it up. 2-2 is the count. Two hands in the cookie jar here as we have a full count. Here comes the pitch. That's a strike right there. Seems to be some confusion from Jackson Riley. Umpire called a strike. That would be 3, but he appeared to think that he was taken first. Now batting, number 3, Ethan Sayakowski.
Attention, please. Pinch hitting, Beaufort County. Number 3, Ethan Sayakowski.
Favorite food? Chicken Alfredo. Favorite movie? Step Brothers. And guess what his favorite baseball team is, guys? False. The best team in the league, the Philadelphia Phillies. Favorite sports idol? Bryce Harper. Being in a predominant Atlanta Braves fandom, it's hard to be such a fan of such a successful organization that is the Philadelphia Phillies. Few people that do remember the Philadelphia Phillies won the World Series in 2008 and then lost in 2009 and then just recently lost in the playoffs last year in the World Series. But you know what? Great play by the... Oh, no, he dropped it. Had me fooled as another run comes in, bringing the score to 9-0. Now batting number 12, Ian Steiner. Ian Steiner hit a grand slam in the second inning of today's game. One of the few home runs hit in this tournament thus far. Still early on in the tournament, but one of the few hit early on. DJ Gregory tries to pick off the runner at first base with an unsuccessful attempt. And now it looks like we're going to have the coach take a trip out to the mound. Coach been out there quite a number of times today to just discuss some different things. We've gone through 3 pitchers thus far for Union County. His longest tenured pitcher out there for today was John Lawson. Looks like he's keeping his pitcher out there. I think he's telling him to cool it down. Coach is taking a pretty unique stance towards the umpire. Seems like they're having some words going back and forth, and it's never a good sign in sports when your coach has talked to the umpire multiple times or the coach has talked to the official multiple times, whatever sport you're playing. Whatever it may be, he's also already received a warning, so I can only imagine what type of conversations keep happening, but hopefully it's not as unfortunate as it seems, or as it appears. 8-0 is the score, 2 outs, 1 man on first. That is a strike outside, which that is a very deep corner that the umpire just painted, but and there's a ball hit right down the third base line hard. And that's just going to be a nice clean single. Now up to bat, number 9, Wyatt Lather. Wyatt Lather didn't even put the connection together, but maybe his hair is inspired by his favorite athlete, Trevor Lawrence. He also enjoys watching sports and enjoys the Kenny Chesney song, Summertime. 0-1 the count, 2 outs, man on second and first. Never been a big fan of Kenny Chesney myself, but I did enjoy his song, The Boys of Fall, being a football player all the way up until my collegiate years. It's a very good song. There's a ball hit Deep into center field. They're making that center fielder run sideline to sideline almost. As he brings in a run. Number 3 scores. Ian Sayakowski. Now up to bat. Number 2. Micah Morgan. Micah Morgan started the game out as a sub. Micah Morgan is listed on the roster as their left-handed pitcher. He's really only used as a pitcher and occasionally inserted to hit. He also plays football and enjoys chess, so a man of strategy. Some pretty impressive and pretty good combination when you're a pitcher in baseball to have some strategic interests on outside hobbies. He's also left-handed, which is even more intrinsic as a pitcher in baseball. Now he has 2 runners in scoring position, 2 outs, so Mike has got to get himself on base here to at least get 1 run. 1-1 the count. Won the count. That is a far ball outside as DJ Gregory may have lost his grip on his pitch. Brings him to a 3-1 count. 2 men in scoring positions, 2 outs, and losing 10-0. But it's not over until the fat lady sings, as they like to say. With that walk, the bases are now loaded with number 6 up to bat, Chase Coella. Chase Coella enjoys hunting and fishing. He really doesn't know what he wants to be when he grows up, and that's okay. No rush on that, young man. Favorite movie? The Sandlot. Let's see if he can do his best impression of Benny the Jet Rodriguez. The count. There's their first strike of this 2-1, the count, 2 outs, bases loaded. Chase Coella, like I have mentioned many times before, playing in a lights-out game at third base and has kind of struggled at the bat. And he hits it right to right field as the game now goes into the bottom of the 5th, leading 10-0. Now, there is mercy rules in this game. Mercy rule are 15 after 3, 12 after 4, and 10 after 5. Now, if Beaufort County holds Union County to 0 runs, then they officially win the game with a score of 10-0.
31.
Let's take a brief intermission and see back out at the bottom of the 5th. And welcome back to action here as we got a new pitcher on the mound for Beaufort County. Number 2, Micah Morgan. As I previously mentioned when he was up to bat, he is their designated pitcher. He comes in and he just pitches. What I mean by designated pitcher, it is not a position on a team, but he literally is only used to pitch and occasionally inserts to bat. But he's a left-handed pitcher, and as you can see by his stature, he's got pretty long arms, so he probably can put a mighty good control on that ball. And he is a pretty good pitcher as he faces number 2 from Union County, Cameron Fincher. Cameron Fincher also plays football, and when he grows up, he wants to be a beach lifeguard. He wants to be a beach lifeguard out there saving lives and getting a tan. Ball 1. A lot of length, a lot of ball control from Micah Morgan. "2-0 the count. Even though he hasn't thrown a strike yet, he's had one of the more attention-grabbing motions and velocities as a pitcher, especially coming from the left-handed stance. 2-1 the count as you see that ball knock the dust off of the glove as it came in. Two the count. Cameron Fincher is going to try to do something here as he got a 2-2 count, no outs. If he can just put this ball in play, that ball goes high. Micah Morgan has an impressive kind of presence on the mound, but he's just going to have to hone in on his strikes because he has now worked himself into a full count. Cameron Fincher's favorite song is 25K Jacket, as he now walks to first base. Now batting, number 6, Noah Tucker. Noah Tucker is an avid football player and wrestler, and as I mentioned earlier, when he gets older, he wants to play collegiate football. Staring at the first base runner. That's a ball right there. 1-0 the count. Runner on first. This game is seamlessly slowed down to almost a crawl right now. There's the first strike, 1-1 the count. And from some of the plethora of baseball knowledge up here, we're getting some advice with a 10-run rule or a 10-run lead with a new pitcher. Not to get cute, trust your catcher with the cannon of an arm, and let's see it. And there it is, as he got him out. Looks like Union County's catcher, or I keep saying that, Union County's coach has walked all the way out past first base to have a conversation. The second baseman was called out, or not the second base, the man on second was called out at second base, but he has yet to leave the base. And it looks like we're getting some sort of appeal. It appears that Union County's coach has called an appeal to the call, as they're going to discuss what happened. But just as I was saying, what some of the plethora of baseball experience has said up there about Micah on the mound is, you're a good pitcher, trust your catcher, they have a good arm, and exactly what he did there. He pitched the ball, they tried to steal second, and whether it was a close call or not, the catcher made a good throw. Three balls, one strike is the count with one out. So Noah Tucker hopes to channel his inner Tyreek Hill once he gets this ball and zoom around the bases, but he's being walked to first base, so he's going to get his opportunity to show some of the speed he's got. Now batting for Union County, number 33, Javion Dawkins, who is inserted in the fifth inning as the first baseman. His favorite food is pizza. He enjoys the movie Friday. And his favorite sports idol, LeBron James. When he gets older, he wants to be a professional athlete. Plays football, baseball, and basketball. Three-sport athlete. 1-1 the count. Javion has got quick feet on that one as he works himself into a 2-1 count, 1 out. I believe with Javion being able to connect on this ball, we could see some fireworks here. He got a very powerful base on him, and I believe if he could connect with this ball, he could push it real far. 2-2 the count. Oh, they're saying the ball hit him. Oh, catcher interference. I believe that was probably Beaufort County's attempt at framing the ball. And back up at plate, number 5, third, Duckett. One of the most memorable names. Third's got a man on second and first. Micah Morgan taking his time up there. Got Javion out at second. Hopefully Javion can get up. And he has. Javion, a three-sport athlete. He enjoys playing sports and games. I'm assuming they mean video games. Javion trots back to the dugout. I'm sure he's pretty banged up. It looked like a pretty hard fall for him in an attempt to get to second base. Third has got a man on third, and he's hoping to bring him home and not get the third out. One the count. If Union County is able to bring in this run, we will go another inning at least. 1-2 the count. Third Duckett's got a lot of length on him, which means he can really reach and get that ball. 2-2 the count. Oh, and they stole home. That means we are going to a 6th inning. And as I mentioned, as he pulled inspiration from his favorite athlete, number 6 does his best impression of Tyreek Hill, puts on the burners, and brings it on in. Noah Tucker on the score, what is an official scorebook as a stolen base, as the score is now 10-1. Full count, 2 outs. And Third Duckett receives his 4th ball and walks. Now up to bat, the pitcher on the mound, DJ Gregory. DJ Gregory enjoys listening to the band Nitro. That sounds like some type of heavy metal band. Looks like some conversations going on between Wyatt Lather and Micah Morgan.
Me,
Okay.
you got the home run ball?
Yeah. Gary Center.
Who?
Gary
Center, like center cut?
2-0 is the count right now as Micah Morgan brings in another ball and now moves to 2-1. Strike 3. And that one run keeps Union County alive. Even though it was just one run scored, it kept them alive to play another inning, which is what is the most important part of baseball, being able to continue to bat. We'll be right back at the top of the 6th inning, 10-1, Beaufort County. And we're back at the top of the 6th with number 15 for Beaufort County up to bat.
Then you call All-Star, number 15, Carson Colmer.
Carson Colmer. Here we go. As we appear to get some cloud coverage for the first time today. And that's a strike. 0-1 the count here. DJ Gregory puts that ball right where he can hit it. Hit to the right fielder. He missed the ball. Oh, no. He's advancing to second, and he's going to stay there at second. Good cutoff throw to the third baseman. Error on the right fielder. Now up to bat, Brody Males. Brody Males also plays football and basketball. One of his favorite songs is Californication by Red Hot Chili Peppers. And that's a ball far outside low. And I'm not sure if he lost the ball in the sun or if he just took his eyes off it to watch the runner advance, but ball hit straight through. Great play by the third baseman. In fact, I thought it got past him, but that was a heck of a catch. And that's the second time he's made that play, and one of the plays by the shortstop was another one. So that left side is tough to get through.
Number 14, also.
Now batting, number 14, Colin Sanchez. Big fan of honey buns, Colin is. Also enjoys playing basketball and soccer. When he grows up, he wants to be an engineer. Ball outside. 1 out on the board. 1 ball, no strikes. And we've been up in this booth now for quite a number of hours, watching some pretty good baseball out there. As I'm being told from the coach of Beaufort County 13U team that they played a pretty good game on field 2. It's a shame we missed it, but we were over here working really hard. And that ball drifts to the left field. Another run scores. 11-1, Beaufort County. Now batting, number 5, Jackson Riley. Jackson Riley, last time up at bat, was facing a full count. Got called out on a strike, but still attempted to take his base first. So hopefully he can just hit the ball this time and avoid all that confusion. Ball outside. Another ball outside. 2-0 the count. Strike 2 on the count, 1 out. Runner on first. Uh-oh. 2-2 the count, 1 out. As the catcher tried to catch the runner on first. Not paying attention. Three-two the count. And trying to pick him off at second. Ball's thrown a little bit to the left. He's safe. Ball 4 walk. Now batting, number 3, Ethan Sidkowski. Ethan's favorite song is Prospect by Ian Dior. Prospect by Ian Dior. Other sports he plays is football. He enjoys skimboarding when he is not active on a field, either the baseball field or the football field. When he grows up, he wants to be a professional baseball player, hopefully for one of the greatest teams in the country, the Philadelphia Phillies. Strike. He is a Phillies fan. As both runners advance on a errant throw by the pitcher. 1-1 the count, 1 out. Here comes the pitch. Ball's hit straight to the pitcher. Gets him out at first base, but allows a run to score. Colin Sanchez touches home plate. Now batting, number 12, Ian Steiner, the owner of a home run ball today. That's a strike right down the middle. Fun fact, even though I am just an avid Phillies fan, I also do own a couple of Phillies memorabilia from some of their World Series victories in 2008 and 1980. And it's always good to see some guys so far away from the lovely state of Pennsylvania to still be big fans of the Phillies. Here comes the pitch. 0-2 the count, 2 outs, man on third. Oh, that's a strikeout. My apologies.
Beaufort County picked up 2 runs on the hit.
Now we head into the bottom of the 6th inning with a 12-1 lead against Union County. Let's take a brief break, and we'll see you back at the bottom of the 6th. And we're back with Beaufort County putting another pitcher on the mound after just allowing Micah Morgan to pitch just 1 inning. Now up on the mound, number 12, Ian Steiner. Ian Steiner, for those of you who didn't remember, hit a grand slam in the 2nd inning and has since then not been able to get back on base, but now he's on the mound, back in control of the game, and he threw a very fast ball in warm-up, very far left, almost hit the umpire. But if Beaufort County is able to hold Union to 1 run or less, they will win the game. And with the way Ian Steiner is throwing his whole body into these balls, I imagine they are coming with some type of sauce on them. A lot of heat. Tabasco. Hot sauce. Wild thing. Bow, 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 bow. Union County coach, I'm not sure if he's walking on the field to talk to somebody or just take his position at the first base line. Okay, he is just taking his position at the first base line. As number 4 enters the field to lead off bat, and that is Parker Cromer.
Shortstop number
And that's a ball hit right over the pitcher's head. Second baseman collects the ball, and that's an out right there. Now batting for Union County, number 12, Tony Good. Tony Good, when he grows up, wants to be a professional football player. One of the many football players from Union County that are doing their best impression or giving their all really out here on the field. And that is a hard ball thrown. 0-2 the count, 1 out. One, two, the count. That ball was thrown hard and in a dangerous spot right in his head region. Got to give Tony credit for being agile and getting right out of the way. And that's a hard ball in the dirt. 2-2 the count. And that's a K right there. As that ball is coming with so much steam, you could probably fry an egg on it. Now batting, number 7, Drew Loftus. Drew Loftus looking to get some action and get on base here. 2 up, 2 down on Ian Steiner is a man of power, as he has not only hit the ball so far, it was a grand slam, but he's now throwing the ball so hard that it has made the umpire jump. Pretty prototypical relief pitcher. Come in, throw as hard as you can, as many times as you can, and wrap up the game and try to scare as many people as you can. 2-1 the count, 2 outs. Drew Loftus trying to make something magic happen here and inspire an 11-run comeback. 3-1 the count. Ooh, as he backs the pitcher up, and that walks Drew Loftus. Now batting, number 1, Colin Kennedy. Colin Kennedy's favorite song is Love You Anyway, and when he becomes an adult, he wants to be an auto mechanic. Ball gets away, and Loftus advances to second base. One thing that we've seen from Steiner is he likes to keep it on the inside of the batter, and with the amount of heat that he throws with, I imagine ball's thrown to third. Safe at third. Great snag there by number 3 on Beaufort. But even better slide in. Remember, it is not a force out, so he must tag the runner to receive credit for the out. Phoenix Shapiro is back in the game at catcher, and he has played dominant in the first couple innings before he was relieved out. 3-0 the count. Here comes the pitch. And another walk by Steiner. Next up to bat for Union County, number 2, Cameron Fisher. When Cameron becomes an adult, he wants to be a beach lifeguard. I wonder if he is going to move down here, considering we have so many beautiful beaches in both Hilton Head and Savannah, Georgia on Tybee Island. I myself am not an avid beachgoer, so I could not recommend a good spot. Too much sand in my sandwiches when I am there, and not a fan. Here comes the throw, and that's a strike. Number 2 kind of looked shocked. I don't know if he didn't see the ball get thrown or... Not sure what just happened there. One the count. Two outs. Two on the count. Steiner looking for just his third out to end this game. Maybe not. Good stop by the second baseman. Safe at first base, but excellent play by the second baseman. As they score a run, moving the score up 2-12. Now, if one more run is scored, we are going to the 7th inning. And number 6, Noah Tucker, is up to bat. And if you guys remember, Noah Tucker was the one that allowed Union to continue to play in this game by stealing home in the 5th inning to make the score 11-10, or 1-10. One strike, 2 outs, a man on second and a man on first. But Steiner's had some pretty erratic throws, which could allow the runners to advance. Ball's hit right to the third baseman. Safe. Oh, wow. And once again, Beaufort County catches somebody stealing home. And Phoenix Shapiro, in my opinion, might win MVP of this game. Spectacular play by the young man. Great play, put in one of the toughest positions in sports as a catcher and getting it done. That wraps up today's game in the winners bracket. Union County does continue to play and will actually play tomorrow at 4 o'clock. And they will play Tri-County. Beaufort County will go on and play Jefferson tomorrow at 6:30. So Union County continues to stay alive. That wraps up today's games. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 4 o'clock here at Beaufort County.